盘点贝爷吃过的顶级美食，来自巴哈沙漠的碳烤响尾蛇。
这可能是贝爷吃的最多的食物之一。只要遇到腐烂的枯木，贝爷就会忍不住扒拉一番，而且每次都是收获颇丰。你瞧，就比如眼前这只拼命蠕动的蠕虫，这可是妥妥的能量啊！蛋白质还是牛肉的5倍，就问你敢不敢吃就完了。贝爷一边咀嚼着蠕虫，一边露出了痛苦的表情，这可能就是痛并快乐着。
Holy smoke! That is gosh. Longhorn beetle, and look, I just hold him down the bottom there. Gosh, like a big prawn that's been sitting around for weeks, just all shell and rotting guts. A little sand beetle, and when there's as little food as there is in the Sahara Desert, this is about as good as you're gonna get. I'm not particularly looking forward to eating this one, but it's gonna be good. Bit of protein and energy. Like explosion of pus in my mouth. Well, that is the first ptarmigan I've ever caught, and I've caught grouse before, but never ptarmigan. And this is really good news. Take it back to camp. The ptarmigan is a popular Christmas dish in Iceland, but I'm not waiting that long. This one's going to be ready in about 15 minutes. Look at that, all that dark meat. Quite strong. Well, this also is going to be really good energy and calories. And I need both of those things at the moment. And a beetle as well. And this is called insect lunch. God. If I'm going to get all the guts out of this one. So if it's going to contain any parasites, it's going to be in there. But the rest of this should be fine. God, that beetle's terrible. Oh my goodness. This one has been living in there a very, very long time. I'm not going to need to eat for a week after this one. And what I'm going to do is open it up, and you can see the spine of it actually here, and what I want is to get the fluid out of that. Not much, but it's better than nothing.在撒哈拉沙漠冒险当中，贝爷刚一落地就发现了一只倒霉的小虫子，它
它的名字叫做避日蛛，有点像是蜘蛛和蝎子杂交后的产物。不过看着它肿大的腹部，里面肯定有不少的猛料。于是贝爷掐头去尾，直接放在了嘴里。
Explosion of pus in my mouth.
哦，被恶心到了。
Brilliant! Look at that. And imagine 1,000 of those. You can see why I just stripped the flesh off a human in seconds. Wraps in these leaves. I've got my piranha that I've caught, and these should be ready now. For such an aggressive, unpleasant fish, it doesn't half taste good.
Here in the Sahara, make sure you don't get bitten by this, the horned viper.
Got it. And look, his body's still wriggling around. But this is a nasty brute and a killer of a snake. But I'm going to eat him. It's really beautiful meat. Merci, Mohammed. Je vais le manger.
Bon appétit.
Merci.
It's fine just to eat raw. You know, you want to be careful with toads, you don't want to eat them. It's kind of like taking his trousers off and shoes. And you're left with all the bit that's fine to eat. And then all of this is fine to eat. It's not worth risking food poisoning, so I'm going to eat all I can now and leave the rest. But there's a price to pay for my fishing. And there you go. See that? It looks pretty horrible, but really nutritious and lots of good fluids in it.
They're not meant to taste very nice, but what I want to do actually is just cut off his stinger, which is this bit here. It's that ball, like a ball of venom with a little stinger on the end of it. Pin him down and then just take that off. Here you go, you can see him there. But that's all good to eat. Tastes like kind of cheese that's been sitting around.
盘点5种贝爷吃过的恶心食物。大象粑粑中的水源。
咱们开局就上王炸。当贝爷在东非大草原冒险时，因为一直没有寻找到合适的水源，为了不被渴死，贝爷盯上了大象的粪便。因为新鲜大象粪便内富含水分，于是他做了一个让老巴都心惊胆战的决定。没错，他直接从粑粑里挤水来喝，这看得我一阵头皮发麻。
Not one of the better drinks I've ever had.
山羊的荔枝。
在撒哈拉沙漠探险的过程中，贝爷遇到了当地的土著，热情好客的白人。他们一直认为吃什么就补什么，于是特地为贝爷宰杀了一头公的山羊。吃山羊的荔枝是白男人的传统，而这次就轮到贝爷了。为了体现自己的男子气概，贝爷毫不犹豫地直接干了这颗荔枝，但随即就开始不停地呕吐。看得出来，生的荔枝是真不好吃啊。
Peed on the ground. That's all those fluids wasted.
But only do it as a last resort.
That really is pretty horrible. It's like warm and it's salty. Water source at all is actually drink the fluid from a fresh elephant dung. Pretty disgusting, but it could save your life. Not one of the better drinks I've ever had. A little tree frog and just scurrying around in the grass there.
One small frog could give you about 3 grams of fat and 75 hard-earned calories.
You know, you might be a vegetarian, but out here, I'm not. Yeah. Camel fat.
Rock, but in this cold weather, these are still good.
These are really okay to eat raw. I'm just going to dip it in here just to get any sort of bacteria off it. And then this eyeball is going to be okay to eat. It's like a giant marble. And I have no idea what this is going to taste like. Here we go, bit of the liver. And I'm gonna have more.
I'm after what Siberian hunters consider a delicacy.
And there you go. You can see that's its brain there. It's like kind of frozen pate. To the inners here, and look at that, that's amazing.
This rumen water is just like a reservoir. If you don't find much water in the rumen, you might get some from the main part of the stomach.
And look inside, you can see everything it's been eating. And that's just sort of partially digested. Drinkable, but truly.
贝爷在撒哈拉沙漠冒险时，是遇到什么吃什么。这只倒霉的小蜥蜴就是他的食物之一。切掉头部后，剩下的都是美味。
It's like a kind of big mix of blood, guts, and scales.